All right, I hope you guys had a good time at your break. Now we're going to switch up from math and English, and we're going to switch into social studies. So let's switch right into that. Um, I'm going to send a, okay, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed your lunch break. We're going to dive right into social studies. Earlier today, we learned about our English and our math, and now I'm going to send a chat. In the chat box, I'm going to send a link. Okay, we are going to wait for everyone to join this. So we'll wait for everyone. Just go ahead and click on that link for me, and we'll give it a few minutes or a few seconds for everyone to get in. Does anyone want to share something exciting that happened to them over the weekend? Go ahead and do that now. Okay, so now that we are all on the link, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay, so today we're going to learn about the 7 continents. Today we're going to learn about the 7 continents and on planet Earth, and we live on Earth, as you guys well know from last week's lesson. So let's jump right in. Okay, so what is a continent? A continent is the way that we divide all of our large land masses across the entire Earth. So on our planet, Earth, we have 7 of those. There are some continents that are by themselves and they're surrounded by water and big bodies of water, which we call oceans. And then there's some that are actually connected to each other that are connected, they're next to another continent. Some continents have over 40 countries, and some continents maybe only have 5 countries. So, question for you guys, do you know what continent the United States of America is located? I'll give you a hint. We are in California, which is in the United States of America. So go ahead and write that down. Okay, I'm seeing some answers, some great answers. All right, looks good, looks great. Okay, so we're not going to answer that quite yet. Ready? Here we go. So now we're going to answer it. We live on North America. The continent we live on is North America. If you could see right here, this, where my arrow is the United States of America. We live on the West Coast, which is right over here in California. But here's a couple facts about North America. You want to pay attention because there will be a little quiz at the end. Okay, so North America is home to countries Canada, which is right up here, the United States, where we live, Mexico, and then there's even some islands and stuff that are also attached to the continent North America. So it's not just the 3 large countries that are here. There's also, if you can see all of this up here, and then even down here, there's a little bit of countries and islands and stuff like that, okay? So there are 23 countries here. Believe it or not, the 3 biggest ones are Canada, Canada, the United States, and Mexico, but there are 23 of them here. North America is the largest continent. So there's 7 continents, and it's the 3rd largest continent in size. So there's 2 other continents that are bigger in size. All right, so and the population of the entirety of North America is about 580 million people. So that's a lot, guys. There's 580 million people. Can you imagine how long it takes to count to 580 million? All right, let's go to the next slide. That was North America. Okay, next we have South America. So South America has 12 countries, not as many as North America, which is 23, but South America has 12 countries. It has a population of more than 433 million people. A lot of people here too. Its largest country in South America is Brazil. Have you guys ever heard of, or have you seen the movie Rio? with the little birds and like the parade and stuff. Rio is here in Brazil. So that's where it takes place, is in South America. Brazil has 22 million people living there just by itself. So that's a big chunk of people. The most common language here is Spanish, although there are other languages that are spoken here, like Dutch and Portuguese. I think we all probably know some people that speak either Spanish, Dutch, or Portuguese. And so there's a lot of people here that also speak those languages, which is really cool. But there are also more languages spoken here, not just the three. Just like in the US, how there's more languages spoken. And then a fun fact is that the Amazon jungle is in Brazil, and Brazil is a country in South America. All right, any questions here? All right, let's go on. Okay, our next continent is Europe. In Europe, there are more than 50 countries and more than 758 million people. So that's more than the previous 2 continents we've seen. About 10% of the world's population. So if you had 100 pennies and you took 10 out, that's how many people are in that. In this continent is just those 10 pennies, and then the rest is 90. But there's so many other people in the world, right? Okay, and most of them live in Europe, or not most of them, 10%. Europe is home to famous cities. I'm sure you guys have heard of Paris, France, City of Love, ooh, and then also Rome. There's lots of history here in Europe, okay? Rome has the Colosseum. In Italy, it's beautiful, okay? A good thing to know about Europe is also that it borders Asia. So here we can see Europe, that's highlighted in red. And on the right side, we see, where I'm pointing on my mouse, is Asia, okay? And then down here, we have Africa, which we're gonna get to. All righty. So just a little quick question. Does anyone know which continent the United States of America is? Do you remember? Okay, go ahead and submit your answers. All right, let's see. Yep, okay, getting some good answers here. Perfect. Looks good. So yeah, we live on North America, which is the first continent that we went over. It has Canada, remember, Mexico, United States of America, and it has total of 23 countries. So yes, we live in North America. Perfect, guys. Up next, we have Asia. Asia is the continent that was next to Europe. So if you remember, Europe was right here where my mouse is, right here in this little itty bitty section, and right next to it, highlighted in blue, we have Asia. So pretty large, right? Okay, it is actually the largest in size and population. So what that means is that it has the largest land. There's so much land there. And then they also have the biggest population, which means there's more people living here than anywhere else in the world. This continent is very big, as you can see, so it kind of makes sense, right? For a lot of people to live here, there's more land for them to live. There are 4.6 billion people who live here. So if we couldn't count to 433 million earlier, imagine counting to 4.6 billion people. Crazy, right? How high can you guys count? Have you guys tried? Fun, right? I love counting. It's just so much fun. All right. There are 48 countries here and over 2,000 languages spoken. So if you remember, in South America, we had three main languages. We had Spanish, Portuguese, and Dutch. And here we have over 2,000 languages. Crazy, right? Okay, so a really fun fact here is that Asia is home to Mount Everest, which is the highest mountain in the world. So high. So you could go up there one day and hike up there. People do it. It's a little scary if you're afraid of heights, but people are known to do that. So here is Asia. Here it is where my cursor is. And we're going to move on to the next slide. Okay, so next we have Africa. If you could see, these are flags, and these flags represent each of the countries in Africa. There are 54 countries here, and Africa is home to 15% of the Earth's entire population. Okay, so remember, Europe had 10% of the entire population. Now, 15%, so you take away 15 more of those pennies, and then you have 25%. So 10% is in Europe, and 15% lives here in Africa. Okay, so there's 54 countries. The Nile River is the longest river in the entire world. Okay, and it is actually here in Africa. It covers quite a few countries, and it goes, I think, about right in here. So it's really, really long. Okay, it's a great river. So many great things. Africa is also home to tons of animals. Have you guys seen The Lion King? Yeah, The Lion King is set in Africa. They have the lions and, you know, the hyenas, everything is here. So Africa is also home to elephants and cheetahs and hippos, rhinoceroses, you know, all those fun giraffes, even all those fun animals that we love to see. Okay, so this is Africa. It looks like this. Kind of looks like an elephant ear, right? Like the African elephant's ear. That's what a lot of people describe it as, okay? Next slide. Australia. Okay, so here we have Australia. Australia is known as the land down under. It is 100% south of the equator. Okay, so the equator is this imaginary line that goes all the way around our Earth, okay? And it divides it in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So this is what our equator is. Our equator would be somewhere in here where my mouse is going along, okay? So we have Australia, which is down here, highlighted in blue. It is the smallest continent on Earth, but it still has a lot of people living here, okay? 43 million people live here. It's an island, which remember we talked about some of these continents are surrounded by water, and then some of them are connected. So as we could see here, Australia is not connected to any other landmass. It's its own thing, okay? It's an island if you really, everything, you know, it's an island. So up here, if you can see, we have Asia would be right in here, all right here. And then over here, we would have Europe. And right down here, we have Africa, okay? Perfect. Australia has animals that are native to Australia too. They're pretty cool. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen them, heard of them, seen videos of them. So they have, or even been to the zoo, you know, they have kangaroos, koalas, sugar gliders, which are like the little monkey things that just fly. And then also thorny dragons, which are like these little lizard looking things, kind of like a kimono dragon or bearded dragon. That's what I meant, bearded dragon. And then they have like little spikes, so they're thorny. Perfect. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, Antarctica. So Antarctica is the most southern continent, meaning that it's at the bottom of the globe. So if our globe is here, it's on the bottom of the globe, okay? It has the least amount of people living here, and I'll tell you why. So since it's so cold here, it is the coldest continent, people can't really live here. There's not really life, or there's life there, but not as much. You can't really farm because it's too cold. Okay, it can get up to like negative 41 degrees Fahrenheit, which is cold, because here it only gets to about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, right? So, and we're already cold in the winter, we're all bundled up. So people don't live here, but they come here to work and do research, which is cool. So there's about 18 countries that will come and they will bring people here and they'll stay here for a little bit and they'll do their research. It is the coldest continent on Earth, and there are not a lot of species that live here, like I said earlier, because it is so cold. So there are a couple that you might see around here, and I'm sure you guys have heard of emperor penguins, the little cute penguins. They do the little waddle, and then also whales. So whales will go around, you know, because whales swim in the ocean, right? So they can't go on the land, but there are whales that will go around here, okay? So next, wait for it to load, we're gonna do a time to climb, which is a little game. Okay, time to climb is a little game. All right, so I'm gonna wait for you guys to get connected, and we are going to play this game. It's gonna do a little bit of review. Okay, so just wait a little bit longer for you guys to join. Okay. Wait about 10 more seconds. Okay, while we're waiting, this is my cat, Harper. This is Harper. Okay. Do you guys have any pets? You have a dog? Ooh, what kind of dog do you know? German Shepherd. Oh, those are my favorite. Okay, we're gonna start now, okay? Hi, Harper. Hi, Harper. Yes, she is a tabby. Okay, so I would start this, and it does questions, but it's not starting. I think it's because I don't have any players. But that's the end of my lesson, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you all next or tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm going to hand out, I'm going to just give you guys a handout. So give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to give you guys a handout for your homework. And then we are going, or I'm going to dismiss you guys. Okay. Give me 1 second. Does anyone want to tell me what continent they like the most and what they think that they'd like to go to someday? I have been to Europe. I think it's really fun. It's really beautiful. There's a lot of history there. So if you guys like history in the near future, I would 100% try this, okay? Go there. I've heard Australia's beautiful, and North America, you know, even if you don't want to travel outside of the continent, North America is beautiful as well, and that's where we live, okay? So I'm going to send the link in the chat. So this is a link to your homework. So what I want you guys to do, it's going to click the link, and then it's going to send you this website, okay? It's going to ask you which continent is where. You're just going to click on it, and it's going to tell you if it's right or wrong, and then you're going to get a second chance if you got it wrong, okay? And then at the end, it's going to give you a percentage, a score, and I want you to screenshot that for me and then send that to me through our portal, okay? Perfect, guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, and go dogs. All right.